Hey, everyone. I have a headache in my eye. God damn, I'm not even saying that as in, look what this movie did to me. I do, and I do kind of blame the movie, but God damn. If you've never heard of this movie,
Congratulations, you're like the rest of the fucking country.
yeah, it's like, don't worry, I just saw the movie and I still feel like I never fucking heard of it. We ran, after the movie was over, we ran into a friend of mine I've known for a long time, who I think might still work for the company AMC, or at least he used to at one point. Even he was like, he was like, what'd you get out of? I'm like, Valley of Bones, and he's like, fuck is that? And I described it to him. He's like, are you making this up? Like, no, that's the thing we just sat through. The guy, the ticket guy, when I walked up to get the 2 tickets, I went 2 for, and I froze. It's like,
what are we watching again?
I looked at you because I wasn't trying to be like cute or funny or anything. Like, I legitimately had like a brain fart. I looked at you and went, what are we seeing again? Oh, Valley of Bones. And I said to the ticket guy, I'm like, do you know anything about this? And he's like, dude, I've never fucking heard of this movie. I'd never heard of this movie until it was put on the list last week of movies that's playing this weekend. You said you never heard of it till I texted you earlier.
I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? Like,
this, I don't know where this movie came from. I don't know what it's doing in so many theaters that it found its way to Springfield.
You know, everybody wants a movie about a North Dakota meth head who gets trapped into paying the Mexican cartel, so he's forced to dig up a dinosaur so that he can pay up the cartel with the dinosaur bones.
That's the movie we just saw.
I wish I was joking.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
This is...
It's like if Breaking Bad was a network television show. It's got Hector in it, Mark Margolis, who's the only person I recognized in this. It's one of those movies that's made up of actors that look like other actors. The lead, it was hard for me to decide where the lead comes from because she looks just like Maggie Q. Can you see it?
I can see it. Yeah, now that you say that, I'm like, okay, I can see.
The guy, her brother-in-law has some faces sometimes where he was reminding me every now and then of like Javier Bardem every now and then with some looks on his face.
I've seen him in other stuff.
Have you?
Like, he's actually been in...
What else has he been in? Well, we technically saw the lead last year because she's credited as passenger with baby in Sully. She was Marsha Brady in Brady Bunch in the White House. I can actually kind of see that, honestly.
Okay, so yeah, he was in Entourage as Billy Walsh. That's where I remember him from. Apparently he was also in 24. And let's see. Yeah, he was in Entourage. That's what I recognize him from. Okay. I remember that now. So that's where he was in Dexter.
Who was he in Dexter?
Andrew Briggs. He was in one episode in the shit season. One of the shit seasons.
So I take it probably someone who was a bad guy in that episode. Look, it would be cool if we were like, hey, we never heard of this movie. We went to go see it, and like, hey, this is kind of something interesting we stumbled upon. No, man, this is like fucking Labor Day weekend. There ain't shit that's being released. The only midnight screenings last night was a TV pilot. This is the same kind of weekend that a few years ago you and Brian were at Getaway. Like it's Labor Day weekend, man.
Didn't like Shark Night come out like around this time when it came out? I think it did too. It was
I forget what I was at while you guys were at Getaway.
Oh, that fucking...
But I don't remember.
Jesus.
And I am not going to remember anything about the fucking movie that we just sat through. This is the third movie this week where we were the only ones there. Which is not to say everything I saw this week was bad. I loved Good Time. Dear God, go see Good Time. That deserves to be on as many screens as this might be on. I don't know. This has zero business being seen in a theater. And again, last night I was at a TV pilot on an IMAX. And this movie, I'm like, what? God, I have a headache, this fucking movie. What you said is accurate about this movie's plot.
That's your plot.
That's the plot of this movie.
He actually rangs up a paleontologist who's disgraced because she got arrested for digging on federal land. Her husband dies from a snake bite.
Oh,
so she's
don't worry, that comes back later.
Oh, yeah, that boiled my ass. So her husband dies from a snake bite, so she's left to raise their kid, who she gives birth to while she's in jail, so never sees him for the first few years of his life, and they have a weird dysfunctional relationship because I don't know if she wanted to be a mom or didn't, but she doesn't spend any time with their kid, so the grandpa pretty much raises him.
The grandpa who is needless, who acts so pointlessly stressed in every scene he's in.
He just wants his daughter to come back and love him.
Like, Dad, I got a job to do. It's kind of important. Fuck. And that kid's a little shit, too.
So he finds these dinosaur bones on transgender Harry Hamlin's land.
Actual name of the farm.
And they start to dig, and they dig it up, which you don't really see it digging up. The sky.
It's a montage digging up.
It's not even a montage. Yeah. It's a time-lapse photo of the stars turning in a circle to signify that a month has passed.
Was it supposed to be a month? Was it seriously supposed to be a month?
I assume
Dude, really? That seemed like it was the next day.
Yes. But she said it was going to take a month to dig this dinosaur skeleton up.
God, the editing in this movie is so bad. There's a car accident or a truck accident that there's a few flashes and then a pipe through the window. There's a dream sequence, which I swear to God is probably only in the movie to put it in the trailer. I don't know, because I never fucking got a trailer for this movie.
But you know what? She's smoking peyote is what she was doing. Because the dream was a premonition, because lo and behold, the cartel guy comes for the truck, and they start shooting at them.
Yeah.
She loses her keys in this fissure, and guess who's the only one that can fit in the fissure? Her son. So, you know what? We're going to put our son in danger because I want my bones.
This stupid kid. This kid was a little shit in his first scene, this little fucking brat. And then he sees the keys next to the rattlesnake, and the mom is like, yeah, okay, you should probably come back. Maybe we should have thought about that before we sent you in here, but whatever. No, the kid doesn't, he doesn't listen to the mom to not stay away from the snake. He shouldn't need her to tell him that in order to back away from it.
It's a goddamn rattlesnake. He's going,
ooh. He still keeps going and gets bit. But it's okay, though. Because
oh, god damn it.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. He's all good.
So, a little bit of background. I work at a pharmacy. I've worked at a pharmacy for over a decade now in both the retail and hospital settings. So she pulls out this kit, because she gets bit too.
Mm-hmm.
And pulls out this kit and pulls out this auto injector. And I'm like, why has she got an EpiPen? Because it's an EpiPen. I recognize an EpiPen. I've dispensed EpiPens. It's a fucking EpiPen. I assume they think it was meant to be, like, pretend it's anti-venom. Anti-venom doesn't come like that. It's a $20,000 drug that you just can't buy on the street. So she sticks this EpiPen auto-injector into the kid's leg. Let me tell you something about epinephrine. It's also called adrenaline. Adrenaline speeds up the heart rate and increases the blood flow.
It's so funny. It's like the reason I know that is because I've seen Crank.
Yeah. Fucking, it's sad when Crank is just a fucking crazy ass movie, but at least it gets his fucking drugs right. And that's actually fucking correct.
Dude.
The proper use of adrenaline is in Crank, not in this fucking movie.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm like, okay, so you just killed your child.
Mm-hmm.
Because the adrenaline is going to speed up the heart rate, which is in turn going to increase the blood flow, which is going to spread the venom to the heart quicker.
He's fine. No.
But done. Kid's perfectly fine. I'm like, no.
That's okay. The mom was consistently more worried about the dinosaur than the kid throughout this whole.
We gotta get the bones.
Honestly, I kind of understand. The bones were more likable than the child. Yeah, and I wouldn't have even noticed that unless you would say, because I was so bored in this. This movie is dull with a lowercase d. Like it is that dull. It's counting on you to be so bored that you don't notice such bullshit in this. There's a guy that drowns in a windowless car.
Wait, upside down.
Yeah.
The truck flips, and an oil pipe comes in, and it's shooting oil into the car. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a car that's upside down, and or understand how physics works. He was on a flat ground with no windows. Mm-hmm. This oil spreading in. It's going to go out. But no, it slowly fills up the entire truck bed, even though there's no fucking windows.
Because symbolism. So
you could get a perfect shot of his face just getting slowly submerged in oil.
I could hear Matthew. I could. It's like from one country to another. I could hear Matthew Buck screaming symbolism in that death scene. Damn. God, and this meth head, who in the last 20 minutes of this movie, when it finally decides to be a thriller, this meth head who needs to get the dinosaur bones to Mark Margolis so that Mark Margolis will then not kill the meth head's daughter.
Because they already had a scene. They did their 7 scene where they cut off the dog's head and stuck it in a box.
This guy is impossible to kill through this whole thing. Like, he survived.
It's meth.
Yeah, like, he survives a desert execution at the beginning of it. He survives a sniper, a car wreck. So much shit he survives in this, but drowning in a windowless upside-down car on land is what kills him. This is so stupid.
Haven't you seen those, stories of the guys who are high on meth, who strip naked and start jacking off, and it takes like 30 cops to keep them from jacking off? It's like they become super freaks. It's ridiculous.
He turns into, when it gets to the point to where it's like, okay, he needs to get the dinosaur away from them so he can get it to the gangster. He becomes such a cartoon. Like, before then, yeah, it's obvious he's going to end up being the bad guy at some point. But before then, you see him on drugs. You see him try to get off of drugs. You see him talking to his kid. He is kind of... They try to humanize him a bit in a lot of the movie.
And it starts to work, and then they're just like, you know what? Never mind. Fuck all... You know what? All that setup we had? Fuck all of it.
He just becomes a cackling, screaming, wild firing a gun cartoon, which is odd because he is trying to steal these bones for a cause that you understand. It's like he's trying to get it so he can pay off a gangster to keep... This is so stupid. That he's trying to pay off a gangster to keep from killing his kid. It's like, okay, I get his motivation here. This guy's a total fuck up, but I get his motivation here. You don't have to turn him into just this two-dimensional cackling villain in the last 20 minutes.
Oh, god damn it.
Man.
It's, yeah. And, I mean, so when they're getting shot at, there's a scene with a sniper. This is the worst fucking sniper.
Yeah. Wow.
He grazes one person in the arm and then shoots the tip off the meth head's ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you literally could go 2 inches and you kill the guy.
Yeah.
No problem. But no, we had to wing him in the ear. And I'm like, come on. I'm like, you're the Mexican cartel. Surely you can pay a guy who is accurate.
I was thinking the same
Like, if
thing.
your standards drop so low, be like, he'll do. I mean, we don't really need to be that accurate. I mean, as long as he just starts, just spray and pray.
I guess they were kicking. Yeah. Spray. It's not even right. It's not even the meth that's making this guy survive. It's the fact that this cartel is a bunch of they're fuck ups on an equal level as the fucking meth head. Man, if this movie were just direct to video or it just on Netflix, I mean, you know, it still wouldn't have been that good. It still would have been lame as fuck. Because this movie it's trying to be a slow burn, which, you know, a good slow burn, great, fine. But you need something to maintain some kind of value if you're going to be a slow burn thriller. This movie has fucking nothing, regardless of the fact that this should not be in theaters. But if this were just on Netflix or if it were just on video or something,
you could understand it and somewhat forgive it.
Yeah.
Because you realize, oh, well, its production value is clearly not that good. But it's good enough for Netflix standards. So, okay, I'll watch it. Okay, that was stupid, but...
Yeah, it's like, okay, that killed 90 minutes because I rented it on a rainy Friday night. Whatever. I honestly still wouldn't even recommend the movie as a rental. But at least it's like, okay, this looks like a rental. This should be something that you rent as a double feature with, like, fucking Slow Burn with James Spader, you know, like, but at least that movie had the dignity to be direct to video. This, man, this sucked. I'm so tired. We saw this at like 10 o'clock. I was already tired when we pulled up, and and I was so sunk in my seat, bored in this fucking movie, and I came out and just my eyes started hurting. Oh,
that's the meth. No.
Yeah, the meth I took before the movie didn't work. I did just imagine this fucking movie.
I just can't get the fucking Anna Venom just pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, no. Like, no, this does not fly.
Yeah.
No. You don't have a $20,000 drug just chilling and you somehow put it into an auto injector and just, oh yeah, sure, why not?
Dude, it all worked out though because they found way more dinosaurs at the end. Like, you got the pen instantly cures the venom, and everything really works out in this movie. I mean, except for the dog.
The cartel gets their T-Rex.
The cartel gets their T-Rex. It's the shot of the newspaper where it's like, mysterious bones sold to Dubai.
Yeah.
Like, sure, why not? And then they're like, that's okay, we have our own dig now. And there's like 2 Triceratops underneath.
Somehow, without any excavating equipment, they have dug a 50-foot deep hole. Probably about, I don't know, a football field in length wide. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no. You would all have been 20 years older.
Maybe they were, if that one scene was supposed to be a month later.
Oh my god. Like, no. that kind of a dig requires larger excavation equipment to get to. Like there was a wide shot of them looking down in this valley just covered in bones.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? No, it doesn't make any sense.
But again, if we were just watching this on video, I still wouldn't have liked the movie, but I would have been like, yeah, okay, so that happened. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It would have been good for a laugh instead of just like, God damn it, no.
Theatrical prices for this, man. Theatrical prices.
No.
I don't think I have anything else about this movie, honestly. This movie is super lame. Like, this is the most forgettable movie that I've reviewed since, like, fucking Collide some months ago. Like, and like that movie, I'd never fucking heard of it until it came to the fucking screen. And I'm at, like, 3 fucking movies a week, and I never heard of this fucking movie. If this is playing near you, which it might be because it's fucking playing here at the larger theater in town, there was a giant standee for it in there.
Yeah, that was like, what the okay.
Cause sure. Why not? That standee is the most advertisement that I saw for this movie.
They spent probably half the budget of the film on those little standees. Which was probably like $1,000. So they're like, here's $1,000. That doubles our budget, but it's okay because now we can advertise everywhere with these standees. Of the first scene in the movie, which really doesn't accurately portray what the movie's gonna be about at all.
What was the first scene in the movie?
When he's coming out of the hole with the knife.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, because he gets captured. The meth head gets captured at the beginning. And by one of the cartel members, he manages to meth strength his way out of it and stab the dude. And that's when he finds the bone because he's crawling out of this hole. And
well, this was after the opening title card of a Bible verse that they used.
What the fuck?
Simply just because it had
bones and valley in it. And the kid's name. I swear to God. You know what?
I didn't even think about that.
They totally came up with the plot of this movie. They read that Bible verse and was like, great movie idea. Boy's name's Ezekiel. They're in a valley, and there's dinosaur bones. What do we do with this?
Fuck this movie.
Throw me ideas, baby. Let me see. Give me what you got. Mexican cartels? Yeah. Put it in. Meth? Yes. North Dakota? Perfect.
I'm so much more mad now talking about this movie than I really was watching it, because watching it, I just wanted to go to sleep because I was so goddamn bored. Now I'm just pissed. This movie wasted my time and my goddamn money. And I only paid... I had a lot of rewards on my Stubbs card, so really, I only paid $5 for both of us to go see it. Not $5 a piece, $5, so really $2.50 a piece. And I'm still so mad that I paid to see this shit on a big screen. Fuck. This movie. Any final thoughts about this?
I can't. I no. Just no. No, that's wrong. You're a terrible person for doing this. Next time, get it right.
Yeah, next time get your Mafia Dinosaur Bones movie right. It's like they can combine Jurassic Park with the Mafia subplot from the Jaws book.
Yep.
Man.
Congratulations on making an incoherent mess of dinosaur bones.
The dinosaur bones are more intact than the goddamn plot of this movie.
Yes! God damn it.
Alright, well, at some point I'm going to get around to seeing Tulip Fever over the next week. So next week is... this coming Thursday is it. Not sure what else beyond that, but anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks everyone in the chat. I'll see you next time.
See ya.